have not checked the fundraiser online.
Last time I checked the fundraiser, which was, I believe it was about 5 minutes or so ago, it was at $3,300.
Oh, very nice. Awesome.
So thank you, everybody that's donating online, everybody
Yeah.
that's already donated,
Wow.
and if you can, continue to donate because it's for the kids.
Yeah.
It's for the kids.
For the kids. For the kids.
For the kids.
All right, here it is. Kenosha Christmas Carol. Scene 1. Scrooge in his shop. We open with street life in a Midwestern town in southeastern Wisconsin. Sitting along the sweeping Great Michigan, happy groups of people stroll the streets of downtown on the afternoon of Christmas Eve. Carrying bags of gifts purchased from the numerous shops, people file into the many restaurants and taverns, laughing and celebrating the joyous season as a light snowfall dusts the world. We pass this happiness to look into a certain office in a downtown building. In the upper floor rests the office of Scrooge Digital. One would think that such a quaint office could never house such a huge corporation, but such is not the case. Scrooge Digital provides an online service which allows shoppers to get their items at the best price available and the fastest shipping in the land. Inside the office is business owner Ebenezer Scrooge and his lone full-time employee, Bob Cratchit. Cratchit is standing at the window, looking out at the falling snow.
Cratchit! What are you doing?
Just stretching my legs a bit, sir. Been a long day.
Well, it's going to be longer if we don't get this website updated. Back to work.
Yes, sir.
The door to the office opens, and in walks Fred, Ebenezer's nephew.
Hello there, Uncle. A Merry Christmas to you.
Bah, humbug.
Come on, really?
What is it you want, nephew? Don't waste my time.
Come on, don't be such a Scrooge. I was picking up some gifts over at Lulu Birds and wanted to stop by and wish you a Merry Christmas.
Let me tell you something about Christmas, nephew. The only good thing about Christmas is all these suckers who will open their wallets and spend their cash on foolish gifts to give each other, which will then just end up in a closet somewhere or even, re-gifted. And even better, when I can get them to use my online service to buy this crap.
But Uncle, many of us are trying to support local and avoid the online purchases altogether. There are so many great places here in Kenosha, and we should get out and support them rather than...
Rather than? Rather than what? Are you telling these people they should venture out of their warm homes, go out in the snow, ruin their shoes? All this for what? Bah, humbug. Why would anyone want to do that when they could just purchase everything they want right on their phones? And even easier when they use the Scrooge Digital app. With my app, the items are sitting right there on their porch in less than 18 hours. And that's coming from overseas.
Fred tries to change the subject.
Yeah, okay, well, anyway, I wanted to invite you over to the house tomorrow for dinner.
Tomorrow? What's tomorrow?
Well, duh, it's Christmas, of course.
Ugh, Christmas. I suppose your wife is going to make her turkey dinner with all the fixins and pumpkin pie.
Oh, you bet.
Well, her turkey is always dry as hell, and her pumpkin pie tastes like cardboard.
Come on, Uncle, be nice. Anyway, we'd hate for you to be alone on Christmas.
But I will not be alone. I will be here with Cratchit getting our website updated.
Say what?
On Christmas?
It's just another day, nephew. Another day where others lose money. Not me.
There is more to life than just money.
Bah, humbug. We have work to do, boy. Time for you to go. A good day to you.
Well, a Merry Christmas to you both.
Merry Christmas, Fred.
A good day to you, nephew.
Oh, and a Happy New Year.
Fred hesitates, as if to say something more. But he sees that Scrooge has already picked up his phone and began scrolling. Fred walks out. A minute later, the doorbell rings.
Ugh, bells. Why are there so many bells? Cratchit!
Yes, sir.
What do you think? The bell, fool. Get the door.
Yes, sir.
He goes to the entrance and opens the door. Scanning is a well-dressed man holding a bag.
Hello, my name is...
Well, who is it, Cratchit? Show them in.
The man walks into the office.
Good day, sir. Are you two Scrooge and Marley of S&M Digital?
I am Scrooge.
So then you would be Marley.
That's a joke. This blundering nincompoop could never hold a candle to my old partner Marley. Marley's been dead for 7 years. 7 years today, actually.
I'm very sorry for your loss, sir. I've been trying to contact you via email, but haven't gotten any reply. I'm with Walking in My Shoes of Kenosha. We are visiting all of our local businesses this holiday season, and
Listen, you pathetic beggar. There is no way I will be suckered in by people like you.
but sir, at this time of year we
This time of year? Do you mean the wet snow or the cold wind?
Christmas time, sir.
Bah, humbug. The government already taxes me to death. Is the Shalom Center still operating?
I believe so, sir.
And are my taxes still going toward welfare and other socialist programs?
I imagine it is, sir.
Well, that's good to hear. So there is plenty of assistance for the needy then.
But sir, the people in our community still need our help. We know you are one of the most successful companies in Kenosha, and we are hoping you might be able to help out those in need. After all, it is.
Don't say it.
Excuse me?
If I have one more idiot come to my door talking about Christmas, you come to my door begging, well, let me ask you for something. You know what my Christmas wish is? It's to be left the hell alone, especially by people like you who encourage the lazy and hopeless. People should be able to support themselves without relying on handouts. And if they can't afford to live, well then, the world could use a few less people in it, especially those who can't afford to take care of themselves.
Well, then I guess I will be going. Thank you for your time, sir. Here is my card. If you wish to reach me, it has my...
Scrooge interrupts him as he lets the business card fall to the floor.
Okay, time to go. Remember, if there's any last-minute shopping you need for your beloved ridiculous holiday, be sure to download the Scrooge digital app on your phone. We promise delivery by noon tomorrow for all orders placed by midnight tonight.
The man leaves. Carolers can be heard outside singing as the dusk begins to set in.
Cratchit!
Yes, sir.
How are the orders coming along?
Fine, sir. Everything's moving along nicely.
Cratchit begins to put on his coat.
Heading out early today, Cratchit?
Sir, it's 4 and it's Christmas Eve. I was hoping to stop at the store to get a few last-minute things for dinner tomorrow.
I guess you're going to want tomorrow off, too?
I would very much like that, sir, if that's okay with you.
It's not okay. And it certainly isn't fair to me. I could give you a day off, but then you would complain about your paycheck being smaller, calling me a cheapskate. You aren't much different than that other beggar Cratchit, always looking for handouts.
But, Mr. Scrooge, it's only one day a year.
Yeah, one day a year now. Then you will want New Year's Day off, and then Thanksgiving. Pretty soon you'll want your birthday off and 3-day weekends in the summer to spend at the beach. Take is all I get from people like you. No, Cratchit. I need you tomorrow to update our app for 2022.
Tomorrow, sir. On Christmas.
I tell you what, I'm not some evil miser who hates everything. I will allow you to leave now an hour early to get your shopping done, and I'll even let you sleep in tomorrow morning. Come in a little bit later than usual. Let's start our day at, say, 9 a.m., and in the holiday spirit, I won't even dock your pay.
You're a kind man, Mr. Scrooge.
Yeah, I know, but I need you here by 6 a.m. on the 26th to make up for that time.
Cratchit opens the door to leave. The carolers are still singing outside as Scrooge sits at his computer talking to himself.
Carolers begging for quarters, for singing ancient songs I can play for free if I wish. Bah! Christmas, just another day.
End of scene 1.
I would tell you what page, but they're not numbered.
Scene 2. Scrooge goes home. It's Christmas Eve, 6 p.m., and the lightly snow gives all the holiday lights a distinctive warm feeling, even though the temperature is a chill 20 degrees. All the homes on Fifth Avenue are lit up brightly with the spirit of the holiday. All but one, the home of Ebenezer Scrooge. We see Scrooge's housekeeper, Anne, exiting the home. As she walks down the path, she is greeted by her friend and next-door neighbor, Tom, who is walking his dog.
Well, hello there. Merry Christmas.
Oh, hey, Ann. Merry Christmas to you. I was just headed over to see you.
Oh, how sweet.
Well, I really wanted to make it over here before you-know-who got home.
Oh, come on. He's not that bad.
Are you kidding me? This guy's dragging a Scrooge namesake through the dirt. Did he even give you any kind of Christmas bonus?
Well, of course he didn't.
Yeah, but look at this guy's house. It's huge. You never finish cleaning it. By the time you reach one end of the house, the other side is dusty again.
Story of my life, for realsies. I don't know why he needs such a big house.
You know, status. Nothing but status symbols with these people.
Well, how are things at the deli?
Real good, real good. Very busy season. Everyone is having some great holiday parties, and I've been crazy busy all week. And I thought hurricane season was over.
Well, that's just wonderful.
Tom shuffles his feet nervously.
Anyway, I got you a Christmas gift.
Oh, you didn't even have to do that.
Well, I kind of wanted to.
Anne opens the envelope. It's a gift certificate for Frank's Diner.
Wow! How did you know that Frank's was my favorite place in town?
Well, little birdie told me.
Well, thank you so much. But, you know I don't even have anybody to go with.
To breakfast. Maybe you would join me sometime.
I would be delighted.
Great. It's a date. My microphone is not working. Merry Christmas, handsome.
Merry Christmas, Anne.
That's why it was a trick. You turned
As
my
if-
microphone off because I've seen another man.
Good job, Danny. You can take her, bro.
Check, check, check. Thank you. Although, other handsome guy.
As if on cue, Scrooge pulls up in his car and gets out.
Maid! You there! Woman!
Mr. Scrooge, I have been cleaning your home for 4 years. You would think you would take the time to know my...
No time for that, woman. Where do you think you're going?
I'm going home. I'm finished for the day.
But I haven't inspected your work.
This house is clean. I did my job like I always do, and it's Christmas Eve. I'm going home.
Christmas? Bah! Come back inside. I need to see for myself.
Tom shakes his head unapprovingly. Anne shrugs.
Yes, sir.
Merry Christmas, Mr. Scrooge.
Scrooge has made Anne go back into the house where Scrooge inspects the corners of the windowsills, checks the dust on the clock hands, makes sure the egg trays in the fridge are spick and span. After almost an hour of following him around the house, Scrooge is finally satisfied.
Well, I suppose you can go now.
Merry Christmas, Mr. Scrooge.
Scrooge ignores her as she leaves. He takes one last walk around the house, comes across a photo of a young Scrooge and his old partner, Jacob Marley.
Ah, Jacob. I miss you, old friend. We were quite the team, you and I. If it wasn't for you, I'd...
There's the sound of chains jingling in the distance.
What's that? Who's there?
A blue haze of light drifts down the long hallway of the Scrooge mansion.
Identify yourself. I have a gun.
Scrooge!
What? What? Who are you?
It's not who I am. Ask me who I was.
Ah, okay. Who were you then?
In life, I was your old friend, Jacob Marley.
Nonsense. Jacob's been dead for 7 years.
Yes, for the past 7 years, I've been paying for my sins. I've been forced to walk the earth with these chains. Each link of these chains represents a day when I sat in our office, feeding off of others, without any real care for the outside world. Greed, Ebenezer Scrooge. Wealth. Feel these chains. Know them. Your chains will be as heavy as these plus 7 years of your ongoing sins. We were wrong, Ebenezer. We were always looking for ways to grow our riches, but we never considered our friends and neighbors here in Kenosha.
Friends? Neighbors? What do they matter?
Ebenezer, our community needs to support each other. We need to help support these local businesses. Your company uses foreign manufacturers in every cost-cutting measure just to grow your own wallets.
But Jacob, that is the way of capitalism. We provide the best service at the best price, and that's what made our business so strong.
Yes, but there are other ways. I've been watching you these last 7 years, Ebenezer. What you have done has caused our local businesses to suffer, and if you continue on this path, disastrous consequences will come to our town.
Disastrous? Aren't you being a bit overdramatic? People have needs, and I supply these needs.
But at what expense, Ebenezer? Tonight, you'll be joined by 3 spirits. I hope these guides will help you to see the error of your ways, and as they have shown me mine. Unfortunately, it is too late for me, but hopefully they can save your soul before it's too late.
Spirits? Come on, spirits don't exist.
Don't exist? The hell do you think I am?
Well, good point.
Heed my words, Ebenezer. Be the change we need to see in the world, or else you will be forced to walk the path I have, burdened by our riches and our greed.
The blue haze which held the image of Scrooge's former partner fades away, and Scrooge is left alone in the dark hallway.
Spirits? Error of ways? What a bunch of bull.
Scrooge exits to his bedroom and climbs into bed.
Jeez, that was weird. What was in that burrito I had for lunch?
End of scene 2.
San Luis has the best burritos in town, FYI. Once again, San Luis has the best burritos in town.
Thank you. As Ebenezer Scrooge sleeps, the bells from St. Matthew's Church can be heard in the distance as they ring out the Westminster chimes, followed by 12 strikes of the bell. On the 12th, a spirit appears at the foot of the bed. This one has taken the appearance of a young woman.
Abby. Hey, Abby. Awaken.
Ebenezer opens his eyes and looks at the spirit.
Are you the spirit Jacob warned me about?
Sure am.
Who or what are you?
I am the ghost of Christmas past.
Christmas past? You mean like Jesus?
No, dum-dum, you're Christmas past.
Why are you here?
I'm here to save your soul, Scrooge. Rise from your bed. Walk with me. I have so much to show you.
Scrooge reluctantly raises from his bed and approaches the spirit. The ghost of Christmas past takes his hand, and the two fade away. They appear standing on 6th Avenue in downtown Kenosha. Snow covers the ground, and the street looks much similar to how it looks today, but slightly different.
Spirit, is this my past?
Look closer, Ebenezer.
Ah, it's the Himes Toy Store. That was my favorite place to go when I was a kid.
Look closer, Ebenezer.
Scrooge and the spirit are now standing inside the toy store, where a young boy and girl are walking through the aisles. The boy looks around at all the holiday decorations in awe.
Wait, is that?
Yep, Abby, that's you as a child. You're so cute. You used to love to come downtown with your family and go to all the shops.
Ah, my dear sister. I can't believe I can see her again.
When you were a child, you loved Christmas, and every year you asked for gifts from this store.
Yes, well, that is the mind of a naive child. Now, any of these things can be purchased through the Scrooge digital app for so much cheaper.
You may be right, Scrooge, but you may be wrong in other ways. Sure, you can get these things cheaper now, but they are coming from overseas. You no longer support these businesses. Today, the toy store is gone, and if you continue these shopping habits, more and more of local businesses will close down forever.
Well, that's just the way of life. The strong survive. Every man for himself is what I say.
There's more for you to see. We must move on.
The two vanish into thin air and then reappear. They now stand in front of Frank's Diner.
Ah, good old Frank's. I haven't been there in years.
Yes! It was your first job. You made many great memories working here.
What is happening inside? They're never open this late.
Oh, come on, Abby. You remember the Christmas parties they would have for their employees each year, and I'm sure you recall this one specifically.
You do that? The two appear inside the diner. Christmas music is playing. The adults are spiking their eggnogs and singing and laughing. In the back kitchen, we see a young Ebenezer washing dishes.
Well, look at that handsome young man. I sure was a looker.
If you say so.
Kevin, the owner of Frank's Diner, comes into the back kitchen.
Ebenezer, what are you doing back here? Come on, kid, come join the party. Don't worry about all this mess.
Ah, my old boss, Kevin Urban. He was such a great boss.
And why do you say that? Just because he threw a Christmas party?
No, it was so much more than that. I don't talk to him much more anymore. but he was a great person to work for. He did some great things for the community and treated his help so well.
Maybe you should take a lesson from Kevin.
Oh, come on. Cratchit does a good job. He can afford to feed his family. Do I really need to throw a stupid Christmas party to be a good boss?
Inside the kitchen of Frank's, Kevin talks to the teenage Ebenezer.
Hey, Ebenezer, there's this really cute girl out there that's been eyeballing you a bit. She came here with her brother. Her name is Belle. You should really go talk to her.
Do you remember this night, Ebenezer?
Oh, yeah. It's the night I met Belle. She was a nice girl.
You are underestimating your feelings, Ebenezer. She was the love of your life. Let's move forward a few hours.
The young Scrooge has left the kitchen, is now having fun at the party. He's chatting and laughing it up with Belle.
After this night, the two of you became inseparable. You dated for several years, but you know what happened to the two of you.
Well, we just grew apart. I knew what was important in life. She didn't.
Oh, word? Is that what you think happened?
This person I'm seeing here is a foolish boy. These children and their nonsense dreams, I was able to outgrow it and become a smart, responsible man.
But at what cost?
Cost? Cost only matters when there's a profit involved, you foolish spirit.
The two watch over as young Ebenezer and Belle begin dancing to the Christmas music, surrounded by tinsel and lights. Scrooge can't take his eyes off his younger self and the beautiful young woman.
All right, spirit. I'm ready to go home now. I've seen enough.
Sorry, Ebby. We're just getting started.
But you haven't tormented me enough.
I'm only showing you the past exactly as it happened. But we are done here. Let's move on.
The two disappear from Frank's Diner and reappear outside a door which reads S&M Digital.
Ah, the old office. Is Jacob inside? Can I speak to him again?
He is inside, but you cannot speak to him. This was the Christmas before your partner died. The two of you were in a big rush launching your digital app. You were so centered on your work, you couldn't even take time to spend with your loved ones.
As the two spirits step into the office, Scrooge is hard at work at his desk on the computer. Marley is standing with Belle, talking. Scrooge barely looks up at two of them.
But it's Christmas Eve. Can't you two take a break? My family is having their party tonight. I would really love it if Ebenezer could come.
Belle, we're working hard here trying to get all these orders processed. The app isn't working at 100% yet, and I'm afraid we're stuck here working through the night.
But this has been going on for years now. He has been acting like I don't even exist anymore. I'm here talking to you. He can't even take the time to talk to me himself.
Be a lot of work to do here, Belle. We hope to get this running soon enough.
I've been hearing this for far too long. You know what? Enough is enough.
Belle turns to the young Ebenezer.
Ebenezer, I have loved you for many years. But I think this might be the last straw. You are not the man I fell in love with. You have changed so much. I don't think I could do this anymore.
The young Scrooge doesn't even look up at her.
Spirit, I don't want to see this. Let's move on.
No, dude. You didn't listen to her then. You gotta hear it this time.
I love you so much. You used to be such a wonderful man. But now you seem to love your work more than anything else. I hate to have to say this, but I'm done with you, Ebenezer.
Belle walks out the door.
You see, Scrooge, this young woman didn't care about having a huge home and riches. She just cared about you.
Scrooge tries to convince himself that he was right.
Well, I suppose we're both better off then.
There's another Christmas, 1 year after this, that...
No way! The day my dear friend Marley died. Please don't bring me there, Spirit. That was not my fault. I did not want him to die on Christmas.
Very well. Unlike what you have done over the years, I will show some empathy and take pity on you. I will not bring you to that day. But now I must leave you.
Leave me? But what should I do? What about these other spirits?
Oh, they will come.
Scrooge blinks and is now back in his bed.
Man, I gotta lay off those burritos.
End of scene 3. Scene 4, The Spirit of Christmas Present. Scrooge has fallen back asleep. As the clock strikes 1, another spirit appears in the bedroom.
Awaken, Scrooge.
Oh, another one?
Yes, Scrooge. I am the ghost of Christmas present.
But why do I need a ghost of Christmas present? I'm living in the present. I'm here right now.
But your eyes are closed to the world around you, Scrooge. I am here to show you the things you have chosen to ignore. Take my hand. There are some things you must see.
The two appear in front of a very small, rundown home. The shutters are broken. The home needs a paint job. But there are still some Christmas lights strung across the front of the house, and a modest Christmas tree can be seen in the front window.
Why are you bringing me to this shack?
This shack is the home to your faithful employee, Bob Cratchit.
Why does he choose to live in such a dump? I'll pay him $1 over minimum wage. That's a good American living and should be able to support him.
It is not just him, Ebenezer. Bob has a wife and 2 sons. You have never bothered to ask him about his family.
Who has time for small talk like that?
Let's step inside and see his family.
Scrooge and the spirit appear inside the home of Bob Cratchit. Inside the home is clean, but very dated. The carpeting is shoddy. The furniture is old and run down. Inside, Bob sits in a chair watching television when his wife, Emily, enters the room.
Well, finally got Tim to sleep.
How's he doing?
His cough was really bad today. We need to get him a new inhaler.
That poor kid.
I forgot to ask. Maybe because I already know the answer, but did you get any kind of Christmas bonus?
Not this year. Mr. Scrooge says he can't afford it.
What do you mean, not this year? Not any year? Why don't you try to find a new job, Bob?
I don't know, Emily. I don't want to work for some corporation that doesn't care about their employees. I'm always hoping that someday Scrooge will realize how much I do for him. If it wasn't for him, where would we be right now?
Where would we be? Well, you know we wouldn't be working for the stingy, mean, unfeeling man who makes you work on Christmas Day.
But honey, there's work that needs to be done. I have to.
Don't let your job become more important than your family, Robert. We may be poor, but we have each other, and no matter what, we will do just fine. I think the new year you need to leave that job and try to find something else.
But what else is there? At least I know to expect working for Mr. Scrooge.
But he doesn't even provide any insurance. And with Tim, these bills are stacking up. I don't know. What are we going to do?
I know, sweetheart. I know. We get something to the state. That helps.
Yes, but not enough, Bob. Not enough to get Tim the help he really needs.
Spirit, what's wrong with your boy?
All his life, poor Tiny Tim has been ill. Things have gotten worse this year, and if he doesn't get the help he needs, there will be one less person at the Cratchit dinner table next Christmas. But didn't you say just today, if people can't afford to live, then the world could benefit with a few less people in it?
Well, but...
It is because of you that this poor boy can't get the help he needs. Bob Cratchit has been your faithful employee for nearly 10 years, and even though you have treated him like garbage, he remains loyal to both you and your business.
Well, I pay him. He should be.
You barely pay him. He has to donate plasma twice a week just to be able to enjoy some of the finer things in life, like a bottle of cheap wine on Christmas Eve.
Bob raises a glass of wine.
Plasma, okay?
Bob raises a glass of wine. Yeah.
To Mr. Scrooge, may he someday see the error of his ways.
Spirit, I had no idea that his boy was so sick. If Bob would have asked, I would have helped.
Would you? He has asked for help in other ways, and each time you tell him how you can't afford it. But you always could. You have the largest house in Kenosha. You own a boat that you never take out because you have no friends. You drive a brand new car every year, but you couldn't help someone who devoted so much of their life to you?
I understand now, Spirit. I have seen the error of my ways. I will help Bob and his boy. He will get the attention that he needs. Please, Spirit, can we go home now?
Not quite yet, Ebenezer. I have one more stop for you to see. Not everyone is in misery this holiday. Many people are full of joy for the season and throughout their lives.
The two vanish from the Cratchit household. They're brought back in time a few hours, in the early evening of Christmas Eve, as they stand inside Lou Perini's. Many people walk in and out grabbing last-minute items, because they're open 24/7, you know. They didn't even pay for this. I'm just giving them a show. One person running inside is Scrooge's nephew, Fred.
Okay, it's just my nephew. What does he have to do with anything?
Just wait.
That woman there, is that?
Belle? Wow, look at you. Merry Christmas.
Hello, Fred. Merry Christmas. It's been a long time.
Yeah, I know, years. I haven't seen you since, it's been a long time.
It's okay, Fred. You can say his name. Since I was dating Ebenezer.
Yeah, sorry. Sore subject, I guess.
No, not really. That's the past, Fred. I've moved on, got married to a wonderful man, and now we have 2 kids of our own. I'm just stopping in. I forgot to get some milk to leave out tonight with the cookies for Santa. Can't forget that.
Well, that's awesome.
How are you?
Oh, I'm doing great. Just came back from visiting Uncle. I invited him over to our home tomorrow for Christmas, but you know.
Really? All these years and he's still the same?
I'm afraid so, yes.
Well, looks like getting away from Ebenezer Scrooge was the best decision I ever made.
Yeah, maybe, but he is still family, so I guess I'll never stop trying.
You're a good man, Fred. Are you sure you two are related?
Very funny, Belle. He will always be my uncle, and I love him no matter how cranky and self-centered he is.
Well, I have to run, Fred. Merry Christmas to you and your family.
Take care, Belle. Merry Christmas.
So why did you have to show me this, Spirit? Belle has moved on. Good for her. We both have, and it looks like we both are better off.
Are you better off, Scrooge? She still haunts your dreams at night.
Yeah, and tonight she has a lot of company.
You have lived a life of misery, Ebenezer. You have dragged this misery across to the people who love you. You have distanced yourself from your family. You have chased away this beautiful woman. And now you are spreading your life of misery to your community.
The community? What?
Your company is getting the people of our town to buy all kinds of items, from electronics and books to toys and games to frozen steaks and full meals, all from your digital app. But all of the products and supplies you get come from overseas.
Even the meals?
You know this.
No local source of beef. No, Scrooge digital app.
Maybe check
Sorry,
the expiration date.
Yeah, right.
Your existence is draining the city of Kenosha, and you're not even supporting your own nation. These people can't afford not to buy off your Scrooge digital app. The prices are cheap. The shipping is cheap. You cut every corner to save prices as long as you have enough to add to your own bank account.
I am simply providing a service. Who cares if it comes from China?
But this service is killing all these small businesses in our community. You can already see that many downtown businesses have closed. Even more will close as your business grows larger.
Well, I never thought of that.
Exactly. You never thought of anyone. You never thought of the people who care about you. You never thought about the community around you. You have only thought of yourself. and what you can gain.
But what can I do?
You must find that answer for yourself. I must leave you now, Scrooge. Hopefully, you will find a new path.
End of scene 3. Good job, Rick. All right, you're out.
Savings.
Cool.
The savings.
Scrooge Digital?
Yes. The savings.
I know.
Those savings.
How can you not?
I mean, who cares if the goods come from China and Cambodia?
Hey, you're supposed to be learning a lesson here, Scrooge. All right,
All I'm
scene
saying
5.
is beef from West Africa is a lot cheaper than beef from Wisconsin, maybe. I don't know.
And this
Some
is when
Scrooge
poor
Digital.
Elijah became a villain.
Scrooge Digital, man. Scrooge Digital.
Are you ready? All right. Scene 5. The Ghost of Christmas Future. Scrooge appears again in his bed. This time he's unable to sleep. He lays there, staring out into space. He's astonished over the night's events. He's kind of frightened and shaking. Suddenly, he feels a sense of darkness encompassing the room.
Who's there? Are you?
The spirit appears before him. It's large, cloaked, drenched in black, without a face.
You are the third. The ghost of Christmas future?
The spirit says nothing.
Speak to me, spirit. Please. Tell me what's going to happen.
The spirit says nothing. Scrooge climbs out of bed and approaches him. Scrooge feels a sense of emptiness throughout his body. As he turns to look back, he sees his bed, the curtains, all of his belongings are gone. The room is empty except for him and the spirit in black.
What is happening? Please tell me.
As Scrooge touches the black robes, the two are suddenly transported to St. George Cemetery. It's a dark, overcast day.
Is this where I end up, spirit? No real surprise. We all end up in a place like this eventually. Do I have the largest tombstone in the cemetery?
The spirit in black gestures down the path where two men walk. As we get closer, we see it's Bob Cratchit and Fred Scrooge.
Is that all that came to my burial?
I still can't believe he's gone.
I know, and how it happened. Wow, must have been painful.
Say what?
I don't know what I'm going to do now. Working for Mrs. Scrooge was my whole life. After Tim passed, I didn't know how to handle it, so I just dove into my work. Didn't even pay attention to my wife. Didn't know how poorly she was doing, and then I lost her too. And now, Mr. Scrooge.
Ah, see, spirit? Someone's mourning me.
Hey, listen, Bob. I know you're still hurting over your son and wife, but don't shed a single tear over this grumpy old man. I loved Uncle Ebenezer. He was family. But the fact is, he treated you like crap all those years you worked for him. And I know you had some tough times recently, but I have to tell you, Bob, this is a turning point for you in the right direction.
I suppose you're right. It's just tough having to deal with change. I don't know what I'm going to do.
Well, I'll tell you one thing, Bob. The death of my pain-in-the-ass uncle would be the best thing that ever happened to you. Mark my words.
Yeah, I suppose you're right.
Yeah, I'm right. Now he's just the richest man in this cemetery. Come on, let me buy you a beer.
The two walk off as the grave of Ebenezer Scrooge sits alone, the fresh dirt topping the resting place without a gravestone.
But, spirit, is this future sealed? Is there anything I can do to change my fate? If there's anything, I will do it.
The spirit says nothing.
Please, spirit, I have changed. I understand now. I don't want to be responsible for the deaths of these wonderful people. I don't want people to be joyous when they hear of my passing. I want to help spread happiness to those around me. I have changed. You have my promise. I'm a new man.
The spirit says nothing as thunder rolls in the distance. End of scene 5. Scene 6. A new day. Scrooge awakens in his bed.
My bed. It's here. My curtains. They're here. I'm alive.
Scrooge goes to the window and opens the curtains.
It's a new day. Is it still Christmas? How long did the spirits keep me? I hope I didn't miss it.
Scrooge throws on some clothes and runs downstairs. He opens the front door and sees the morning light reflecting across the fresh snow. Walking down the sidewalk, he sees his neighbor Tom walking his dog again.
Excuse me, sir. What day is it today?
It's Christmas, man.
Thank heavens I didn't miss it. The spirits did it all in one night. Of course they did. They can do anything. Tell me, sir, is it true that you own your own deli up the road?
I sure do.
Wonderful. Do you have enough food at your place for a large family feast?
Of course we do. But, dude, it's Christmas. The store is closed.
Of course. Of course it is, good man. But you see, I'm in a bit of a pickle and hoping we can help each other out a little bit. I'm in need of your help this morning and want to make it worth your while. I would like to place an order for all the food you have available and would like it delivered in the next hour or so. For this, I will pay you 3. No. Make it 5 times the cost for your inconvenience.
Well, I guess I can't say no to that.
Ah, thank you. And a Merry Christmas to you, good neighbor.
Tom looks perplexed. But he heads back home as Scrooge hops in his car. He turns on the car, and all we hear is the silence of the car running. So he turns the radio dial and scans the dial until he finds Christmas music.
So much to do.
Scrooge pulls up to his office and walks up the stairs. He walks in, looks around, scanning the floors.
Now, where is it? Aha!
Scrooge reaches down and picks up the card left by the charity man the day before. He reaches for the phone and dials the number.
Hello?
Hello there! This is Ebenezer Scrooge here.
Is there something wrong, sir?
No, nothing. I am terribly sorry, sir, for bothering you on Christmas Day, but there's something I needed to discuss with you right away.
Did I leave something in your office?
No. I want to apologize for my rude behavior to you yesterday. I was out of line. But after a good night's rest, I've decided that I wish to support your charity. I will just need to know where I can send the check.
How drunk are you?
No, sir, not drunk. Just reborn. And you can count on me every year to continue to help out your fine organization. Talk to you soon. Merry Christmas!
Scrooge hangs up the phone and scurries out the door.
So much to do.
He hops in his car and drives over to the home of his nephew, Fred. He walks up to the door and rings the bell. Fred answers the door, still in his pajamas and sipping coffee.
Uncle? What a surprise. Is there something wrong?
No, nothing is wrong. Not anymore, my dear nephew. Things are more right than they have been in a very long time. I just wanted to know, what time do you want me to come over for dinner today?
Dinner? But I thought you...
I can't wait to dive into your wife's delicious turkey. And I hope you will be able to spare a slice of that fantastic pumpkin pie for me.
Sure, Uncle. Come around 3 o'clock.
Will do, Fred. And I will bring the biggest bottle of Christmas spirit, if you know what I mean. Merry Christmas, Fred.
Okay, Merry Christmas, Uncle.
Fred shuts the door.
What the hell was that all about?
Scrooge drives over to the rundown home of his employee, Bob Cratchit. He pulls up just as Tom is arriving with 4 large trays of food. Scrooge approaches the door and rings the bell. Emily Cratchit opens the door.
What exactly do you think we're doing here?
Good morning, ma'am. May I speak to Mr. Cratchit, please?
Well, I have a few words for you.
Bob Cratchit arrives at the door looking very surprised.
Mr. Scrooge, sorry, I thought I still had a half hour before I had to be at work.
Nonsense, young man. We are going to try something different.
Tom comes walking up with his hands full of food.
Excuse me, coming through.
Mr. Scrooge, what's this? What's happening right now?
I wanted to show you my appreciation, Bob. Take Christmas off. You deserve it. You deserve so much.
Well, thank you, Mr. Scrooge, but what about the appetite?
That's not important right now. We can deal with that later. Right now, I want you and your family to enjoy the food and have a very Merry Christmas. I also want to talk to you about the app. I want to change the way we run the app. We can still provide a great service to people, but we can do it while centering our services on local businesses. These businesses aren't just faceless entities. They are our neighbors and friends. I think we need to support them.
That's great, Mr. Scrooge. I think that's a wonderful idea.
Good. I want to make sure I consider the opinion of my new partner.
Sir?
That's right, Bob. You and I are going to change the future with our new strategy. And with you as my partner, we can make sure we have the insurance coverage to help your boy get all the help he needs. And if there's anything that they don't cover, I will make sure it's all taken care of.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Scrooge. I knew deep down that you were a good person.
And you know, just for fun, let's start a podcast. It's another way we can support these local business owners and help connect Kenosha.
Sure.
Thank you for having faith in me, Bob. It's a new day for Ebenezer Scrooge. I see the error of my ways. I understand where I came from now, where I am, and where I'm going. I have more to do today, my friend, but I want you and your family to enjoy the day with each other.
Thank you so much, Mr. Scrooge, and Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you, Bob, and Merry Christmas to all of you.
Bob Cratchit shuts the door and turns to his wife, Emily.
See, I told you he was a nice guy.
The end. Thank you. Great job, guys. Great job. You guys did awesome. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you, everybody. That was a great time, raising a lot of money for the less fortunate kids.
Yeah, this is awesome.
And up next, Jason and I, we're gonna do the raffle prize.
Yeah, for all you at home, this is the end of the live stream. So thanks for tuning in.
Thank
you.
You
can still hit that donate button
and don't forget, hit that subscribe button on your favorite podcast provider for the K-Town Connects podcast, Connecting Kenosha. Follow Jordan Pauly, Corey Elijah, Daniel Thompson at Uptown Observer, Wink Beauty Boutique, Faded Barbershop for Men, Jacob Morgan. Am I forgetting anybody?
What are you naming?
Everybody.
People? I can't even hear you, so okay.
Jake's Kenosha area weather page. Don't forget about that. Woo! All right. Give us a few minutes and we'll get going with the raffles.
Yeah, if you guys have to use the bathroom or anything right now, go ahead. We're going to take maybe 5 minutes and we'll start doing the raffles. How about that? Is that okay? All right.
Bah humbug.
All right.